It is now my honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Her Excellency Kaja Kallas, Prime Minister of the Republic of Estonia. In the 30 years since the restoration of its independence, Estonia has become one of the most digitally sophisticated countries in the world. Estonia leads the world on e-governance, and it was the first country to hold elections over the internet. Internationally, Estonia is a key advocate for increased digital connectivity, securing digital infrastructure and promoting a democratic internet. Prime Minister Kallas' leadership has been instrumental in these efforts. Her career has been dedicated to leading for digital innovation, working both on the digital single market as a member of the European Parliament and as a rapporteur for the e-privacy regulation and legislation on AI and competition policy. Prime Minister Kallas has been in office since January of this year, and already she has accomplished a great deal as the head of her government. I am honored to have you with us today. Prime Minister Kallas, the floor is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, some weeks ago we ended the Lennart Meri Foreign Policy Conference in Estonia, where Carl Bildt, a former Prime Minister of Sweden, concluded, and I quote, "The world, in some way at least, might be on fire, but we need to concentrate our minds on keeping our house safe." End of quote. Keeping us safe demands to adapt and update our policies, be it for protecting our health, our climate or planet, or to ensure technology improves our lives and democracy delivers. The key question we will be asking is how to navigate the digital future so that it will be kept safe and prosperous. Our digital transformation here in Estonia began in parallel with the building of liberal democracy. This meant building trust in our political and legal system. We learned that success and innovation demand trust and transparency. Trust and transparency between governments and citizens, between the private and the public sector, between us and our international friends and partners. We also learned that in the digital era, a country's size matters less than its capacity to innovate. Now Estonia hopes to build trust at international level. That is why I hosted on the 7th of September this year the 4th Tallinn Digital Summit. We discussed how to unite the free world via safe and digital infrastructure. For the purpose, we have identified the key questions of the 21st century. How to keep the technological advantage and build digital security so that democracies prevail in competition with the authoritarian regimes. What is the best response to the competition between authoritarian and democratic capital? How to secure the development of new technologies based on our shared democratic values? The shared democratic values of the free world, openness, transparency, and the protection of individual rights, form the ideological basis for the set of rules and policies which we suggested to brand under the term trusted connectivity. Our collective concern at the Digital Summit gave rise to the Tallinn Consensus on Trusted Connectivity, a unifying framework to improve the cooperation of the free world on global connectivity policy. Now the question is how to put trusted connectivity into practice. Based on the conversations between global leaders in Tallinn, I suggested the following. First, democratic countries must forge trusted connectivity partnerships among each other and with emerging economies. The European Union, the G7 and the Indo-Pacific Quad nations must take charge in this effort. The EU and the US in particular are well positioned to expedite the trusted connectivity partnership, in addition to seeking policy alignment on international data transfers and data flows through the EU-US Trade and Technology Council. Second, These partnerships should be employed to improve existing and establish new financing mechanisms to better utilize public and private investments into digital and physical infrastructure projects based on the principles of trusted connectivity. Third, we should better advertise various existing public and private infrastructure investments based on our common values and use the trusted connectivity as a global brand. Fourth, we need a branding tool to certify that particular infrastructure project adheres to the principles of trusted connectivity. Such a tool is already being developed at the OECD, the Blue Dot Network. The Blue Dot would be a certification of excellence and manifestation of the trusted connectivity at the level of individual infrastructure projects. And fifth, such tools need maintenance. The governance of tools such as Blue Dot Network must be simple, adoptable, and future-proof. This is best accomplished by finding a better balance between traditional systems based on hierarchy and novel systems based on networks. The adoption and deployment of new modes of operation, those more flexible and innovative, will be one of the keys to our success in the 21st century. We have a common interest in ensuring the competitiveness, prosperity, and resilience of democratic countries. By setting the rules of the game, democratic governments can facilitate trust, investments, and innovation. Equipped with interoperable and complementary financing mechanisms, we allow ourselves to harness our unparalleled economic clout, the engine of which is the private sector. Trust is essential to attracting public, quasi-public, and private investments, enabling democracies to respond to the global demand for infrastructure. Let me conclude by saying that the wildcard that will determine our success will be digital global governance and our capacity to deliver and share common digital public infrastructure. The delivery of public services to our citizens is already much different than it was just a few years back. Now, digital governance expertise has globally matured to a point where it can be shared more easily across borders. We need to harmonize the principles of taxonomy, promote open, standard-based reusability, and share know-how and capacity. As an example, this is precisely how Estonia and Finland, our good friends in the north, are able to share so many automated cross-border services. I hope that the principles of trusted connectivity will contribute to your discussions today and to our cooperation tomorrow. Thank you.